The last exercise in this module will focus on typical system configuration errors. You can unwittingly install a malicious program cloaked as a legitimate tool, a Trojan horse. You can fall prey to an automated attack that exploits known vulnerabilities or a lack of regular system or software updates. You can also run malware without realizing it. The malware is hiding in your system through the use of rootkits. That's all true, but many problems arise as a result of system misconfiguration. One of the problems is using an administrator account on a daily basis. You don't need administrator permissions to read your mailbox or browse the internet. Another problem is logging onto domain administrator accounts on a workstation. A logon entails the caching and saving of credentials on the workstations and then the computer's disks. Users have direct daily access to these machines, which are protected with weaker security mechanisms than servers or administrator computers. Another problem is also assuming that the default system configuration provides the highest security. This is not true. The default configuration is simply the most universal settings. It is set to run on the largest number of computers with the largest number of installed programs. This configuration is neither the most efficient nor the most secure. Since detecting this type of errors could be complicated, Microsoft released a utility called Microsoft Baseline Security Analyzer. Let's take a closer look at the program. MBSA is a simple tool that can be used to evaluate system configuration on one or multiple computers. It can serve to, for example, check the security state of all computers in a network. This presentation will analyze a local computer. The program will check if there are issues with an overuse of administrator privileges. For example, whether there are too many administrative accounts. MBSA will also check if the administrator accounts are protected with passwords of a sufficient strength. It will then check for typical vulnerabilities in popular Microsoft services like IIS, Web Server, and SQL. It will also see if the system and all Microsoft applications are updated. You can run a scan in the meantime. MBSA connects to a Windows Update server. This could be a local Windows SUS server or an internet service. Next, a digitally signed list of available applications is downloaded. The program will compare the list against your computer state. An installation of an update is logged into the event log and into the registry. That's why the software is able to verify at any time if your system lacks a particular update that has not been revoked. Since the downloaded file is digitally signed, you can be sure that it includes all updates that have been officially released. After the scan is completed, you can view a report that assesses the configuration of the computer you're working on. The generated report first shows the most critical problems. You can change this setting, of course. In our case, it turns out that both software and operating systems are outdated. Two important updates are missing for software, while the operating system lacks 20 updates. You can also always learn more, what you can or should install. If for some reason you don't know how to do this, you can learn this also from the tool. The mentioned vulnerabilities are marked as critical. Another critical vulnerability that directly bears on the system's security is that 2 of 5 accounts that are created on the system have easy-to-crack passwords or have no passwords. The next vulnerabilities are less critical. The program can inform us, for example, that automatic updating is disabled or that passwords don't expire. You need to review descriptions for all issues each time they're reported. You will also find step-by-step instructions for solving the problem. The next part of the report shows information on computer configuration. There are no problems here, especially given that both IIS and SQL don't operate on this computer and that the Internet Explorer configuration has not been changed. Microsoft Baseline Security Analyzer is an easy-to-use tool that can quickly find typical administrative vulnerabilities and tell you how they can be eliminated. This last case study ends the module. This part of the course showed malware threats and the ways for dealing with the problems. Thank you.